Hey, buddy. You know what's crazy? So the docking station that I have the Ally on, I noticed that it's so sensitive. If I so much as bump it, it'll knock the camera out. Something happened with the Scotsman's reservoir. There's like a, I think the reservoir broke because the water is going in it, but I don't know where the water's going because you should be able to suck the water back out because I've done it before. And I put the water in, and yeah, it's weird. It's really weird. I'll roll with it and see what's going on. I gotta get that little plug back in. Hey, Tyler. All right, we got steam, so that's good. Yeah, I don't know where the water went. Hopefully, not in the chassis somewhere. I love CSX. We all know I love my CSX. I just turned the squeals on. I'm gonna grab my can of pop. At some point, guys, I'm gonna keep the stream on and I'll pay attention to both. But at some point, I'm gonna play a little Fallout 76 with an old buddy I grew up with. So I'll be like in the room doing that too, like right here. So I'll just be a little bit of multitasking. I mean, it's only a Hornby, so I mean. Well, I wouldn't want to waterboard it because it would it'd probably be worse than oil boarding. And those Hornbys are bloody expensive. Not as expensive as the Goose, but still bloody expensive. Alrighty, I got my Pepsi. I think I'm settled in. I think I'm good. I better turn my on so I know when my buddies. Hey, Josh. Yeah, we all love our Steam. Steam is awesome. So I was talking about my in one of my other streams. I didn't run them, but I said I was going to run them when I was at the little layout again. But this is one of my Hornby steam locomotives with the water generators. They're really cool. We'll speed them up a little bit. There he goes. Horny for Bachman. Get that beautiful Rapido CS6 horn going. Yeah, after I mounted the motor and the Flying Scotsman better than what Hornby did, I'm definitely noticing improvement. But of course, no steam locomotive is going to have the traction, of a Broadway Limited with traction tires. That's like not happening. And the Scotsman's got the cutest little whistle ever. Little whistle. Literally the British whistle. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, probably not a fan of the little whistles. I think I got a little water bubble there. I'll poke that. Poke that water bubble. There we go. Nice plume of smoke. Here, let me get him in the light here again. Right here. I'll get him to do a big plume again. Here we go. And then I'll put him up to 40% throttle. There we go. And then we'll get the good old Rapido horn. We love it. The only thing I wish I had, and I just can't get any at a decent price. I need some British passenger coaches. I can't even remember. I'll find out when he goes live, but I can't remember what livery Scotsman I have. What is he? Is he? Okay, he's BR. British Railway, BR green. But I mean, he looks good with the Santa Fe coaches. But I do know, someone from England jumps in my channel. They're going to have something to say about this. But in my defense, the Scotsman was in the USA for a while. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was pulling Santa. I wouldn't be surprised if it was pulling Santa Fe coaches. This run of the Flying Scotsman, they did it a year ago. Oh, I got a water bubble. They do suffer from water bubbles, and you got to poke it. You just give it a poke, and it's good. Oh my. But man, some of the pictures you showed me there, Brian, that last British steam locomotive, I loved it so much. Man, it was it literally it looked like nightmare fuel. I want it. What was again? It was a 210-0? Yes, it was 210-0. My God, just the paint scheme on it. Oh, nightmare fuel. I want it. Like the thing literally looked like it came from hell. I'll go blind. Yeah, the 044 was insane. I like how it had those big, huge drivers up front. That was that was very unique. See, I know they made some pretty cool stuff over in Europe. I know nothing about it, right? And the Germans made some pretty interesting looking locomotives too. I don't know if you heard me answer your question, Josh. The Hornby Flying Scotsman, it's their new one. It's only about a year old, maybe a year and a half at most. Yeah, I watched something on YouTube about Russia's massive steam locomotive. I know this is sad. I can't remember 100%, but I think I pre-ordered the Scotsman. It was it sold out instantly. Like it was one of those things you had to pre-order. I'm sure you can get them. I'm sure they pop up for sale on the used market. Around somewhere on England. They got, I imagine they have quite a few hobby shops. Actually, I guess one of their big hobby shops, their biggest ones, closed down a year ago, and it was just devastating. I remember Sam's Frames talking about it. Yeah, are you thinking of getting the Atlas Trainmaster? It is really nice. I had one. I sold it. Like I had an old run. It was just DC, but it's really nice. They did a great job on it. So I imagine the newest run of it is probably even nicer. I mean, and for the price I seen it in the States, hell, if I could get a lock sound version, frig, I'd grab it. Yeah, Atlas, you know, they've been like their modern locomotives, like they're known to be like you know, kind of like the middle ground when it comes to like detail and stuff like that. But as we know, like, you know, not every okay, when they did the Trainmaster, it is not on the same level as their other locomotives. It's on a different level. Like they really put, when I say they put their all in the H44 Trainmaster, they put it all in there, man. It's nice. It's not the equivalent of buying an Atlas GP40. It's a completely different friggin' level, because I owned a couple Atlas GP40s, and they're nice. You know, they're like, you know, middle ground detail nice. But the H44, it's a completely different, not even on the same level. So Atlas Classic, well, no, not even. There's just like Atlas, and then there's Atlas Silver, and then there's Atlas Gold. Atlas Gold is their top of the line, and then there's Atlas Classics. What's up with Atlas Classics? But like I was just saying, like not every locomotive, they like there's not much comparison between a you can't even compare one of their base, like, you know, one of their, an Atlas Gold GP40 does not come close to what they did on the Atlas Gold H44 Trainmaster. It's a completely different freaking universe. Well, yes, gold has DCC sound. I don't even think I have an Atlas left. I think all my Atlases I sold. I don't think I have one left. It should say Master Class Gold. It's the same thing. That's why I say you really got to research, because it's one thing I hate about hobby shops. They'll have like a locomotive sitting in their store for like 10 years, and you know, in their brain it's brand new in box. You know, it's brand new. I freaking can't stand that. It drives me bonkers. It ain't brand new. It's not. 10 years old. I don't care if it's still in a box. If a 2015 Ford Mustang sits on a lot and it's still there in 2026, is it still new? Is it new? No, it ain't new. Yeah, Trainman. Okay, yeah, that's how it was. Trainman is their like entry level. So Atlas Trainman. Then there's Atlas Classics, Atlas Silver, Atlas Master Gold. But no, yeah, unfortunately, you know, there are hobby shops that are really dishonest. And I'll give an example. Like a couple of years ago, when my girlfriend, when Lauren, when she bought me that DCS 50 for Christmas, she was told at the hobby store. We didn't know either. I didn't know either, because it was the first ever anything DCC coming into the house. So DCS 50, she was told it was brand spanking new, this, that, and the other thing, and she not going to know any better. And I didn't even know at the time. I didn't even know till a year later when I started researching. And I'm just like, damn, they charge Lauren MSRP for something that's been sitting in the store for 20 freaking years. Maybe there's not as many people that think like I do, but if it's been sitting in the store for 20 years, I don't care. It's old. Shit still wears out. So she paid full price for something that was 20 years old and, could have got the DCS 52 for probably $30 more. And so many hobby shops are like this, especially with this hobby. Yeah, but you get what I'm saying, though. Anyone that knows the hobby, if they go into a hobby shop and see that they're selling a 20-year-old DCS 50 for 250 Canadian dollars, and they know they can get the DCS 52 for the same price, they're never going to sell that DCS 50. It's sleazy. I don't care. In my eyes, it's absolutely sleazy. What they did to Lauren was sleazy, and they know it. Yeah, not anymore. Not anymore. I don't know how much of that you caught, George, but it still irks my butt to this day. And there's plenty of hobby shops around North America. I guarantee you they got 10, 15-year-old, we'll just say Athearn Genesis locomotives, for example, that they're still charging MRSP for. And they're ripping people off because you can get the newest, latest version of it for the same price. But learning and knowing what I know now, that's unlikely to happen to me. It's unlikely for me to get myself ripped off. I know. That's just another way to look at it. What do I know now? I know what things are worth. And they're not as worth as much as some people think. And I definitely know how to find out how old something is. Yeah, I know enough to know when I'm buying something brand new now. Like when you asked me about the Atlas Trainmaster. And I also said you have to be careful because they could be selling an old one, an old run. Yeah, yeah, George, it just happens. Like I was saying earlier, just because it's like in its box and never opened doesn't prevent it from aging. With the plastic, the mold they used for the plastic in those gears wasn't the greatest. If you need a couple gears for it, I got some. I get the here, I'll show you here in a second. David probably has a crap ton of them left too. But like for example, like, you know, when I'm just browsing the eBay, I see sellers wanting 150, 200 Canadian dollars for an old Proto 2000. I'll never give them that for it. To me, it's worth $50. 70 if you're lucky. Maybe 80 if I really want it. But I'll never give someone $150 for a Proto 2000. I don't want it that bad enough. But that's enough of me ranting. At the end of the day, you know, it's all about what you're willing to pay, I guess. But yeah, here, George, I got some gears. I think David has a crap ton too. Well, I mean, I don't have a crap ton, but David probably has more than I do. Oh, you do have some? Okay. Yeah, that's like I say, something to do with the molding on the Proto 2000s. They all crack. Oh, you have less than me? Oh, yeah. And these were the whatchamacallit, the ones you get off Wish, and they work great. I never had an issue with them. Oh yeah, metal ones would never wear out. I suppose I can turn my heater off now. Oh yeah, George, 100% true. There we go. I'm in. Oh, that's good. I'll get the game booted up here. Oh. Oh, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. You might hear a locomotive in the background. I got my doing my live stream while I game. So it's a British steam locomotive, so it's got its little whistle. Literally, I'll make it go. All right, let me just jump right into social. There we go. Yes, it is. It is Hornby's new water. Oh yeah, we're just randomly doing all this stuff. I know the. Yeah, I don't even want to because of the amount of ammo through that much. And back then, hey Brandon, how's your evening going? I just seen you there in the chat. Oh, yeah, you're smart, man.